Holy crap.
All of a sudden your eyeballs can detect different wavelengths and frequencies of light. And it's said to have enabled the user to see people's auras. And you could see how strong or how weak someone's aura is.
This is really, I'm telling you, Joe, this is a real deal.
I believe you.
Welcome back to another episode of J Tally Reacts, bringing you the highest vibrations on YouTube. I got a dope video lined up for you guys today as we dive into interdimensional beings, shadow people, aliens, and this was a viewer request. I see you. If you're new to J Tally Reacts, on this channel, we're decoding the simulation one reaction at a time. If you want to unlock the cheat codes to life, go smash subscribe. Let's get this video up to 10,000 likes. Let's just break the algorithm with this one and jump right into the first clip. Here we go. What are we looking at? She captured a shadow figure. Oh, I've seen this. Oh!
What the fuck?
Bro.
What the
I'm
fuck?
gonna run that one back. It's a little quick, but let's watch it again. So she already sees something. Look. The dog sees it. Oh! And then look, someone tries to smack the dog.
What the fuck?
That.
What the fuck?
Yo, animals could see things. I swear. Cats are even better. Oh, here we go, a cat. Oh, bro, that really scared me. Hold on a second. Let's run that one back to what happened. Oh, the doll's moving. Every time. I don't know. I feel like that could be AI though, because the way the glass broke right away.
One I will bring up, the cats are interesting.
Dolores
the cats
knows.
are different. Remember, everything is energy. The dogs rely on smell, but the cats can see things we can't see. They said when they look at you or look at another person, they don't see you first. First they see an energy. Then it forms into a person. And how many of you have watched cats staring at things you can't see? I had a cat that used to do that. We knew we had a ghost in this one house we were living in when my husband was in Vietnam. And he'd sit at the bottom of the steps, staring up the steps with that tail flicking back and forth, like they do when they're watching something. And I'd say, oh, Boots, go catch a mouse or something, stop it. But they can see energy that we can't see. So everything has a little difference about it. But you've all been these things.
She said, you've all been these things. I've been a cat. You've been a cat. I've been a dog. I swear in my dog, I have a golden doodle. And this dog is so spoiled, bro. This dog is so spoiled. Like, we make her food. Like, she's just so spoiled. But I love her. She's such a good dog. But I always ask her, I'm like, what'd you do in your past life to deserve such a wonderful life with me? Like, were you like just like the best person? Like, I feel like she was. I feel like in her past life, she was just a really good person and she chose to be a dog. And she got lucky because she has a pretty dope owner. But let me know in the comments, have you guys ever had a dog or a cat that has seen an entity or reacted to some type of interdimensional being? It's really common. Even though the cat video we just watched was AI, probably AI. It could have been real. Like, it's hard to tell nowadays. Let me know in the comments, was that AI or was it real? But it happens. These cats see things. And if you don't believe me, I got another cat video for you because I knew you were going to ask. So let's jump into that cat video. So the cat's passed out. And then wait. What? Back up. This is my owner. This is my owner. Cats be protecting their owners, boy. Cats are some loyal animals. But what's crazy about cats that I just realized, did you know cats are the only animal besides like snakes that have like the split eye, like the only, like besides like reptiles, right? And I'm pretty sure, like, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure cats are the only like mammal with that, unless you're a reptilian on the news. But other than that, it's just cats. Like, what's crazy about it, what blew my mind, like even like cougars and lions don't have that. So like cats are super special. And then you figure like the Egyptians like worship cats. They would bury themselves in their crypts with the cats, or their pyramids or tombs or whatever you want to call it. They would leave their cats in there because they're like, when I come back, I want that cat. That was a good cat. Let me know if you would come back with your animal if you could. I know all of you would. Like, I love my animals. Like, I mean, I only have one now, but I love my dog. She's like such. I love all the animals I've had. Like, they're just. I have such a bond with animals, and that's how I kind of like feel like animals definitely have souls. People who don't say animals have souls don't have a soul. If you can abuse an animal, you don't have a soul. But it's just like, I love animals, but they can definitely sense something that we can't. And I'm going to explain why. So stick around to the end of the video, and it's all going to make sense why cats and dogs can sense things that we can't. Let's jump back in. Here we go.
This movie, They Live, is now the greatest documentary of all time.
Facts.
What's your problem?
Now, there's a million reasons why this movie's so relevant today, but there's one thing that you may have missed, like this book that's perfectly in frame right behind him by Edgar Cayce. Now, who was that? He was America's, at one point, most famous clairvoyant of the 20th century, and that book behind him was Edgar Cayce on ESP, which in short explains how his psychic abilities work and how we all have these abilities accessed through the Akashic records. Now, some of his predictions that actually came to pass is the Great Crash and Depression of 1929, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and a temple under the Sphinx, but that last one can't be verified, right? Right? Yeah, it is, because in newly discovered declassified CIA documents, it explains a temple under the Sphinx discovered in July of 1950. Now, all this was released through the Freedom of Information Act, but Edgar Cayce actually predicted this decades ago before its discovery. Now, the way he describes this temple, he says it's an underground library of lost knowledge, kind of like Atlantis, which he also predicted to be real. Now, it is no mistake that they actually put this particular book in the movie because it shows how the veil has been pulled over our eyes, and Edgar Cayce was actually showing you how to lift that veil. Wouldn't it be wild that glasses like these actually existed that has Decilian dye used in the early 20th century by Walter Kilner to look into other dimensions and read auras and used in the Vietnam War? That would be wild, right? Make sure you guys hit up my channel, The Maverick Approach, because I did a bigger breakdown on this, and let me know what you guys think about all this down below.
Yeah, and if you guys don't follow Mav, like, go follow the Maverick Approach. Dope channel, great content. If you're into my channel, you're going to love his. He's awesome. But the Decilian dye, I've been looking into that, trying to get some. It's really hard to get. It's illegal for obvious reasons. They don't want you to see through the veil. But the veil's thin, and they can't stop it. Like, this veil's getting so thin. But as far as like Edgar Cayce, for those of you who don't know, David Wilcox was a reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. And not only did he look like Edgar Cayce, but all his friends and families look like Edgar Cayce's friends and family. Coincidence? I think not. And then what's crazy, speaking of the Akashic records, like, they say you can access it through your dreams. So you have to be lucid dreaming in order to get there. Well, quick story. If you haven't seen Terrence Howard's interview with Joe Rogan, you should go watch it. He gets deep about how he's been doing this since he was like 5 years old. He's been going into the Akashic records in his sleep, and his spirit was bringing him. Long story short, he figured out the spirit was him later in life, like an older version of him, because there is no time. Time's running concurrently at all times. So like
in a dream, I had the powers of inception. Anytime I would be naked at school, I would say, I'm not naked. I must be dreaming. And immediately I would run out of the school or run out of wherever I was, and I would find that mansion again. And I had access to all the knowledge. The proof of it is the 97 patents that I have now. The proof of it is the industries that I've innovated.
Anyway, I was lucid dreaming, and I was like, I'm supposed to do something. And I was like, oh yeah, the Akashic records. It's like, I've wanted to get there for so long, because Terrence Howard was like, once you get there, he's like, I have 97 patents and I found them all in the Akashic records. So like, once you get there, you can literally be like, I want this information, and boom, you got it. And then when you wake up, you just got to write it all down. So I tried to ask somebody in my dream. I was like, where's the Akashic Records at? Tell me do you know where the Akashic Records is? And they're like, yeah. Actually, I didn't say Akashic Records. This is where I might have messed up. I said, do you know where the library is? And they were like, yeah, come with me. And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm about to see it. Let's go. And they bring me to like a bookshelf. And the bookshelf had one. The bookshelf had a pamphlet. That was it, bro. So I don't know what library I went to, but it definitely wasn't the Akashic Records. And I kind of feel like the Akashic Records really isn't a library, like the more I thought about it, because I was like, maybe it's like a viewing area, right? Like maybe you don't really read literally, they just call it a library, but it's like a movie theater, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Have you been to the Akashic Records? Do you have any cheat codes to get in there? Because I want to go. Let's jump into the next clip. Here we go.
Yeah, this is recording. So I just saw the alien and I've recorded it on my TV with a tripod because I recorded on that camera and I can't get it off the disc. So that's the way I had to do it. This is just using a normal camera. Okay.
Can you come out of the grass? No.
He's talking to it, like.
You're trying to zoom in.
Oh, we saw it twice now. I don't know if I believe it. At least he's filming it a little more sturdy on this one.
What do you want?
He walks away. What do you guys think? Man records alien, real or AI? It could be real. You know, people see weird stuff and we overlook it all the time.
You're mainstream now.
Okay, but let's tell me how the connection between aliens and the Nazis took place. When did all this start?
Let me begin. This is really
Alex
Joe, this is a real deal.
I believe you.
This is, you ask, who are they? It's people who are psychically, genetically available to interface in this incredibly diverse universe with all these dimensions above and below and all around us with consciousnesses. And the truth is, no energy is ever destroyed. It all continues on. The truth is, our bodies, this is a fact, are a communal hive organism of all of our ancestors and all of their race memories, but not in just some compressed epigenetic system. It's beyond that. It's an electrochemical antenna, they've proven this, that connects to higher and lower dimensions. So our bodysuit, because our predecessors would put us in a position. Our
a bodysuit's crazy. But seriously, he's right. And that's why they say they're like now figuring out, like, we carry our parents' trauma. We carry our grandparents' trauma. There's kids who are adopted that have never met their parents. And they'll meet their parents and be like, damn, I have the same mannerisms as you. Like, mannerisms. I have the same mannerisms as you. I have like so many similarities to you. And it goes beyond genetics. But I do think the trauma is also embedded in our genetics as well. Our bodysuit. That's why it's our bodysuit, right?
Without giving us a bodysuit that is them. Our families are loving us. They're holding us. They're wrapped all around us. Their strength, their will, their bad, their good, their sins, the good things they did, the battles they won, the battles they lost, the woman they loved, the man they loved. It's all in us. All these people. It's why we're able to look into so many things and have so many different experiences. And so all the shaman, all the ancient religions, everybody says there are the good ones and there are the bad ones. And people are interfacing. So you say, where does it begin? From the Tibetans to the Mesoamericans to the Egyptians to the Druids to every ancient society describes the same thing. There are bad things that look like elves that have horns when they show you who they really are. And there are good things, but they don't contact you unless you contact them. And then they're almost not even concerned with what you're doing. I never bought into this, looked into it. But then I began to think about, what did I hear when I was a kid? What did I see? What was coming out in government documents? What was being admitted? When I read all these books about World War II and the Nazis and Hitler obsessed with the Dalai Lama and the Tibetans and what they were able to do without drugs to interface with this. and all the rituals they would do, and how they would believe that beyond the ether, like at Skull and Bones, it's a German death cult, they do rituals and take drugs to talk to the goddesses. Well, they're just appearing as, sexy, beautiful women. It's whatever you want as these spirit guides, because lower entities will come in and violate your free will. God and his angels, which are below him, will not get involved in your everyday life. They will not manipulate your free will unless you ask them in. But then the devil masquerades as an angel of light. So we're on this planet, the third dimension, which is a launch pad to all the other dimensions below and above. The third dimension, all the mathematics shows, is the primal sea of where all this happens. And the Earth's like an egg, and we've got all this potentiality. And God will send out a transmission for a larger plan, but evil's willing to come in. And what does it say? Demoralize, get rid of children, don't have kids. Humans are bad. We'll be better once you're all gone.
Yo, what's wild about that is Epstein and Hitler, bro. They were both studying the same stuff. I did a video about how Epstein had Dalai Lama on his island, right? Because it's not saying Dalai Lama was a P3DO. It's more saying Epstein was interested in contacting these entities, and he knew the Dalai Lama was already doing Kundalini meditation, so he can skip past go, collect $200, and just jump straight to the Dalai Lama. So that's kind of what was happening there. Same with why he had Stephen Hawking. I don't think Stephen Hawking was a P3DO. I think Stephen Hawking, he was trying to unlock something with Stephen Hawking. He was using these people as pawns, right? What do you think? Let me know.
Well, what we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the area.
Something knocked us off the air, and we're on a backup system now.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off. You got a feeling somebody didn't want you to hear it.
So that was a clip from Art Bell. He had a radio show in the 90s out of Pahrump, Nevada, right next to Vegas. And he had this guy call in, and the dude's panicked, just like he sounded there. He didn't say much before. You got most of the conversation. They did cut a little bit out. But he was basically saying, I work for the government. I'm on the run, and there are aliens, but they're not from space. They're extra-dimensional beings. And then boom. Art Bell had a radio show that I believe it went to all 50 states. I could be wrong on that, but it went pretty much all across America. And I think even Canada. And then boom, the whole thing cut out when this dude started talking. So someone was listening, and it came from the outside. If you haven't looked into that, go check out the Art Bell phone call that ended transmission or something like that. But check that out. If you want me to do a full video about that, throw Art Bell in the comments. I was thinking it'd be cool to do a whole compilation of Art Bell stories, because he was the original podcaster, the original reaction radio host, right? He would bring in all these people with crazy stories. But if you guys want to see a cool Art Bell compilation, let me know in the comments. I'll throw it out there, but I need at least 10 people to throw Art Bell in the comments. Let's jump to the next clip.
Interdimensional beings are beings that exist alongside of us within their own set of frequencies or energies that they can interact with that exist in parallel to our own. If you look here at this image and imagine that human beings exist within this frequency, and then understand that we have X, Y, Z axes to understand where things are in 3D space, and it all flows along this axis as time. You can see human beings exist within a narrow range of the totality of this harmonic system. However, imagine if there was a being that existed outside and also within our reality. They would take up this region here, using both our region of time and space and their own as a way to exist. This image shows how different harmonics vibrate on a string and then naturally organize themselves into different octaves. Here is the top octave, where it's just one set of frequencies. The second splits itself into two different octaves, and 3. And all of these exist together, creating a grand symphony of vibration. Because ultimately, here in the universe, everything is vibrating and moving at its own rate. And everything that's within resonance or phase with that thing is within its reality. And human beings operate in a very privileged space within our reality, as we exist at the lower scales of the frequency harmonic cascade. And that means that those higher harmonics actually anchor themselves within the 3D reality we exist in. And that means that in a holographic and fractal universe, human beings might be the anchor. If you'd like to learn more, follow me. Thanks.
And that's the best way to describe it. It's a holographic fractal universe. Think of a kaleidoscope. This video was like dope because it really, I mean, it's a little slow, but it breaks it down clean. So you understand what interdimensional beings are. You understand if aliens are interdimensional beings, you understand what's happening. You understand when the veil's thinning, what they mean. So imagine a flat line and you got waves on the line. Every time these waves intersect with the flat line, so we're the flat line, every time these waves intersect, we're witnessing interdimensional beings. And that's why you have ley lines as well, because why do you think they built all these ancient structures on ley lines? Those are gates. Those are portals to other dimensions, low key, right? It makes sense. It's all just vibrations and harmonics. But like if you've ever done DMT, you understand what I'm talking about when we're living in a kaleidoscopic, holographic universe, fractal universe. Like it makes so much sense. And I really think that's bringing your soul to a place you've been before and a place you'll probably go again. Let's jump into the next clip.
Okay, so I've been looking for this footage for years. I seen this years ago. And somebody was filming a baseball game. You know, their kids were at a baseball game. And they, you know, these are, I think it's one or two, it might be two interdimensional beings. But he didn't see them. When he went back and checked the video, then he noticed it in the video.
Damn.
You know? But you know, they couldn't see it with the, you know, he couldn't see it with his naked eye. Nobody can see it with their naked eyes, you know? And I love this one. I love this one. I've been looking for this for years. This took place in Mexico in 2014. And if you go to my YouTube channel, it's called Gray Octopussy. That's why I always put that Gray Octopussy on YouTube. I did a full video and I show other interdimensional beings, you know, on my presentation of this. So go to my YouTube channel if you want to see more like this. All right? Let me know what you think.
And I kind of wonder, because like I've noticed some interdimensional beings, especially if you see the Stephen Greer one he caught when they took a picture when they were meditating, calling the UFOs, it was rainbow colored like that. Same with this one. Do you think those are from a higher dimension and then like shadow entities are from a lower dimension or a lower frequency? Would that make sense? I think it would. And those things kind of remind me of like, have you ever seen the those white things and they kind of look like ghosts, but they're like walking, like I'm going to throw it while trying to describe it. Let me throw an image up. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of these things, right? Huh.
There's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, 17 seconds, 17, for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. So let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment. And that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, you know, here's what happened. You know, this knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line. I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating. So where my thoughts are, that's what's creating my reality.
And if you're a regular viewer on my channel, you already know we're decoding the simulation. And the only reason we're doing that is in order to unlock the cheat codes to life. This is a cheat code to life. And it goes with this video so smoothly, right? This is a cheat code to life. Like attract like. Hate attract hate. So you really just got to operate on a high frequency whenever you can. If someone cuts you off in traffic, I get mad, bro. Sometimes I get mad. But like at the same time, lately I've been trying to be like, I hope you get where you're going safely, you know, instead of getting mad. But Utah, we just got voted the second worst drivers in the country. I've been here 3 years and I've totaled 2 cars. So it's bad, bro. But I got to learn to harness that into a positive energy and a high vibration. Smash that subscribe button. If you haven't already got a copy of my new book, Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life, an epic guide to metaphysics and manifestation, you can grab that on Amazon today. Once again, that's Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life. Because if life's a game, there must be cheat codes. Let's unlock them together as we jump back into the next video to decode this simulation. Here we go.
What if the ghost haunting your house isn't a dead person, but a 4th dimensional being walking right through your bedroom? To understand this, imagine an ant living in a 2D world on a flat piece of paper, only able to perceive left, right, forward, and backward. If a 3D object, like a sphere, passes through its flat world, the ant wouldn't see a sphere. It would see a mysterious shape appear out of nowhere, grow larger, shrink, and then completely vanish into thin air. It wouldn't be able to comprehend the higher dimension. Now, replace the ant with us. We live in a 3D world. If a 4th dimensional entity moves through our space, we wouldn't see its true form. We would just see a 3D slice of it. It would look like it's popping into existence, changing shape, growing or shrinking, walking through solid walls, and teleporting. This perfectly describes almost every ghost sighting in history. They aren't spirits of the dead. They are just higher dimensional neighbors we can't fully see. Subscribe if you want to know what else is hiding in the dark.
That was the craziest breakdown, bro. That was awesome. That was awesome. Smash that subscribe.
All this spirit is they need energy. So that's why sometimes they're sucking other people's energy. When we have the aura have hole, they on the aura and they're sucking energy and drain the people. All they need is energy of human. Life force. When they become the ghost, they have no energy. The first thing you have to strengthening your solar plexus. You have to learn how to activate a golden moon on your back. You bring this golden moon into your center of your brain and move them down to the solar plexus. And you just focus on the solar plexus and you grow the golden color from solar plexus bigger until it started to cover your body like an aura. So now when you have this golden aura, number 1, it will boost up your luck. Number 2, you get rid of all the negative energy that's going to become to you or attacking you, because it's the protection first. You have no protection, and no matter how good your energy are, they've been attacked.
Yo, that's crazy, because the other day, like, I usually throw up a light aura around me when I meditate or I pray or I'm doing anything spiritual. I always throw like an aura around me, like a shield, either white, gold, or violet, depending on what I'm trying to do. And the other day I was just thinking, like, am I doing this right? Because usually I just imagine it, which you're supposed to do. But he just broke it down. He said, you imagine a moon coming out of your back, bring it down to your solar plexus and expand it around your body. Smash that subscribe. Let's go.
There are no negative entities on this planet that you're aware of that...
Of course there are many entities on your planet that are negatively oriented, but so what? What's that got to do with the life that you choose to experience? Why not simply exist on a wavelength that will make whatever it is they're doing completely ineffectual for you? So in that sense, you won't care whether there are negative entities here or there or anywhere, because they'll simply have no effect on you. Do you understand? The more you focus on the idea that there are negative entities, the more you become negatively oriented. In fact, that's actually what they rely on. Do you understand? That's the trick. The idea is that they want you to think they're more powerful than they are. And their power comes from getting you to believe they're more powerful than they are. So you give over your power. And thus you are succumbing to the negative idea that they're perpetuating. But they don't really have more power than you do. Nah. They just want you to believe that they do. And when you believe that they do, then they do. Because you give it to them.
Yep.
So don't fall for the trick. Don't get caught up in the idea that there may be negative entities. Of course there are. But so what? What's that got to do with the life you're going to experience?
Nothing.
Well, then, why bring it up?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, and that goes along with you are what you put out, right? Because how many times have you guys watched something like scary movie before going to bed? I remember being a little kid, and if I was watching a scary movie before, I mean, still as an adult, I'm not going to front. Still as an adult, if I put a scary movie on that's truly horrific, or if I'm like watching ghost videos on YouTube, I got to kind of throw something positive on before I go to sleep. And it's because we're attracting that, you know, we're attracting those negative entities, and that, yeah, it's wild.
If you're not sure if your house is haunted or not, but you catch something like this on your home security camera, it probably is. I'm certainly not against home security systems. They're very handy. They're good to have. However, be prepared for what you might catch, because more often than not these days, people are finding things in their home they wish they didn't know were there. In just a moment, I'm going to show you a video that was submitted by one of my followers. It's from his house. He and his wife live there. And they went to work one day and they had their cameras set up. He got a notification his cameras were activated because of motion. And when he went to check, he found this. And this is how you know if your house is haunted.
Bro, I'd have to move. It turned the lights on? No. Oh, it just gives me chills. I'd have to move. Shadow people?
Hey, watch this video if you're surrounded by low vibrational people.
You do when you are in vibration with the laws of the universe, but the people around you are not.
If they are not in harmony with the law and they don't understand all this, keep studying. You're going to find that eventually you're going to wander away from them because you don't have anything in common with them. And you're continually trying to reject all their energy. You're going to attract to you the people that you're in harmony with. Mikey, I've worked with you for almost 10 years. I've watched your life change like night and day. You rarely hang around with any of the people you used to hang around with. Some of them, never. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Now, you see, most people say, well, I don't want to leave them. You don't have to. They'll leave you because they're not comfortable around you. If you're always positive and somebody else is always negative, they're not comfortable around you. You're going to attract people that you're in harmony with. Now, just don't focus on their negativity. If you think they're negative, then when you're thinking that, you're in a negative vibration. Just understand they don't understand. Forgive them, for they don't know what they're saying.
That Christ consciousness. Forgive.
We have to make a sound. That sound makes an energy. That energy produces a light. Very simple. Our children understand it. Make a sound that makes a beatific light. When you curse and you yell and you make bad sounds, you create bad frequencies, bad lights. Those bad lights bring you down. Anytime you're feeling down, anytime you feel your energy is wrong, anytime you feel that there's some sort of an attack, we have to raise the frequency. In the house, we have to have the durood and salawats playing. We have the isfand burning, and then we are making within ourselves our durood, our salawats, making our madad, all of our energy practices to bring that light more powerful around us.
What's behind the story of these weird-looking blue goggles? And this is a subject which has the least amount of search results on Google that I've ever seen for any other theory or conspiracy. So in the early 1900s, a guy named Walter Kilner, who you can't even find a picture of him on Google, developed a sort of dye from coal tar. So he took this collodion-coated dye-treated glass plates and put Dicenian dye, that's the thing from the coal tar, in the middle of this glass. And the story goes that with these glasses, you can see outside of the normal range of visible light. All of a sudden your eyeballs can detect different wavelengths and frequencies of light. And it's said to have enabled the user to see people's auras. And you could see how strong or how weak someone's aura is, which is the electromagnetic field that we all emanate, at least normal humans do. But where this gets a little crazy, it's said that Walter Kilner, when he wore these glasses in public, not everyone had an aura. Not just a weak aura, but no aura at all. You remember the movie They Live? When he puts on glasses and he can see the aliens in the crowd that normally without the glasses just look like normal humans? Some say this movie was actually based on the events of Dicenian glass. And then of course Walter's place gets raided and all of his equipment confiscated, and this gets totally buried and no one knows anything about it to this day, except for a couple stories floating around the internet. So I'm going to try to get some Dicenium and make my own Dicenium glasses, and I'll see ya and see if you're real.
Good luck, dude. It's hard to get. I've been looking. Didn't they also use that in Vietnam? And they had these, they were almost like night vision goggles, right? And the pilots had them, and they were seeing like entities and spirits, and the pilots were all freaking out. I think that was the same thing. But yeah, it's real. It's real. There's the veil. When they say the veil is thinning, I kind of wonder if, like how we were talking earlier with frequencies, I kind of wonder if soon we're all just going to be on the same plane. Like, what if it's the vibrations are just getting closer and closer together?
How to know somebody has a demon or demons in them. As somebody who's been possessed by demons, man, y'all better buckle up because it's about to get deep. Number one thing you'll notice that somebody's inhabited by demons is whenever they walk into a room, the whole room will shift. Whether that person has a dark cloud of sadness over them or just this anger that follows them. So if it's somebody that's always in a bad mood, always negative, always depressed, when they walk in the room, it's a huge shift. They are definitely inhabited by demons. The demons are disembodied spirits that need our vessels to live out the desires they want to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? For us to perform, they will. You know what I'm saying? This is why people get seared conscious. They believe wrong is right and right is wrong. That's because the demon has taken hold of that vessel and seared their conscience and is able to use that person freely. And they just became an organic portal for demons to just hop in and out their body to be used. But anywho, and that's gonna lead to my second one. But the first one, when they walk into a room, it's a huge shift, man, huge shift. Number two, like I say, once somebody conscious is completely seared to where they can do wrong and they feel no wrong about it, there's no conviction, and they actually feel justified in what they're doing. So when somebody is deliberately doing wrong and they feel like it ain't nothing wrong with it, and they feel like it's even right, that's a demon that's using that person. That's a demon that is using that person, because somewhere along the line, something happened to them, or they learned it, they picked it up, to where that demon was able to come in and access and man, sear their conscience. And that's what the demon wants you to do. That's what they want for you, for your conscience to be seared, so they can hop in your vessel and just steer you, you know, and just take complete control of you, just perform out their will. You're just an organic portal at that moment. Number three, when you are kind to a person, it angers them. When you are being kind to somebody and it angers them, they're getting more frustrated, that's a demon on them. They have demons in them. What human gets more angry when somebody is kind to them? This is why when you go places, you ain't did nothing to nobody, you just in your own world. You feel with joy, love, you're laughing, you're being kind to everybody, and then you got somebody over there that's just angry. That's a demon. Those are demons on that person, because only demons hate love, they hate joy, they hate peace, they just hate, and hate. Anything that's of God or from God, they hate it. They can't stand it. They can't even be around you. They'll start like being weird or just man. But yeah, that's another sign somebody got a demon or demons on them. Another one is a permanent contorted face. You ever see somebody and they just like this all the time? They got this look like this. Like, it's like a permanent contort. That's what demons do. demons are they contort. Like when them things be in my body, they like do all kinds of stuff and make these faces. I remember one time that thing smiled and it brought my mouth all the way up to here. But when you see people who got this sinister look, and this is permanent look, that's a demon on them. That demon is in that vessel.
I'm sure we all work with somebody who's got mad demons.
What is a shadow person?
So it's never been a person. It's never been human. Sometimes people think that these are, a shadow of a ghost or something. That is not what shadow people are. They are something that can change form to look like a shadow streak or a shadow cloud. And if you see its eyes, they're usually slanted and they glow red.
Now, what about the Hat Man?
He can step out from the shadows and you can see his skin. You could see if he's clean shaven. You could see if he's, got how his hair is. I mean, so he can change, but he is the epitome of evil. And he wears a 3-piece suit, sometimes a trench coat, sometimes a cape, and he talks. Like shadow people, they might whisper, or you might hear a moaning or something. But Hat Man, I wouldn't recommend engaging with him, but if you talk to him and he talks back, you wish that you never spoke to him.
Does the Hat Man have form?
He does. And I mean, he is as dark as they come. And if you ask him who he is, he will tell you he's the devil himself.
Damn.
How many people do you think know about shadow people?
Oh, gosh.
Hat Man.
So if you've ever had sleep paralysis, you know what she's talking about. I've never seen the Hat Man, but I've had sleep paralysis, and I lived in an apartment that was like low-key haunted. I always saw like a shadow figure in the doorway. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. But I've also heard stories that if you get past the terror of sleep paralysis, it's like a beautiful thing. But yeah, sleep paralysis is definitely intense, man. Let me know in the comments if you've had sleep paralysis. And if you did, how'd you get over it? Let them know.
We've all seen this video where the Tesla's driving through the cemetery and there's people showing...
Professional psychic medium here and also self-taught paranormal scientist. Why is this happening? Why is this happening with these Tesla vehicles? Why? Well, let me tell you. So remember, your eyes, your ears, your nose, all your senses are made for this physical reality. And just like cameras, audio recorders, anything like that, pick up on different wavelengths of light, frequency, sound, and energy. So I just want to let you know that there are spirits and ghosts everywhere. In fact, there's one right here, and right here, and right here. And it's because I'm about to start sessions. But in cemeteries, it's always the middle or lower vibrational spirits that are there, meaning people that had a lot of like, oh, I wish I could have done this in life. People that took their own life, people that were murdered, all those different things. Sorry, I can't say the real word on here. Anyways, and so they're just hanging around, like trying to figure out how to find the light. Well, in fact, they have to find it within. Anyways, it's interesting that they caught one coming up to the car because remember, you on the other side look like a light. Like a light. So think of like a moth to a flame. You are said flame. They are said moth. And they are coming to you to try to talk and to try to pick up on your energy so that they can find the light themselves. Now, is this bad? No, but you can get nauseous. You can start to get like random images in your brain. You can start to feel the way that they felt. So if you're like having a really good day and all of a sudden you get depressed and you're like, why? Where did this come from? Spirit. But anyways, I think I'm actually going to go rent one of those. I think I'm going to go rent one just for scientific proof, and I will show it to you on here. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or if you want me to do that. But it's because the devices that are in there that have all the sensors, that have the cameras and everything like that in Teslas, well, they're picking up on spirit energy. Because remember, our eyes and all those things can't, but our heart, our mind, our electricity, all of that, we can. You just have to learn how to do it or how to be like a Tesla sensor. One or the other.
Do you have a Tesla out there that's done that? Let me know. I have a Mustang Mach-E and mine doesn't do that. I wish it did. I'm like really mad about it. I'm like, damn, I wish I bought a Tesla for that. Just for that. Just like I'm going to go cruise by cemeteries and be like, oh, hey, how'd you die, guy? Oh, cancer. Yeah. Shadow person caught while filming.
Boy, do I get shit when I attack Musk on Twitter. It's nothing but an Elon Musk love fest.
That's a shadow person. That's probably Elon Musk himself, like, watch what you're saying, guy. I just realized Elon Musk laughs like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. Oh, yeah. That's a shadow dude.
This is the footage we have from the Miami alien encounter that happened 2 years ago when chaos broke out at the Bayside Marketplace Mall on New Year's Day 2024, causing the largest police response in Miami history. The official story is that this was all caused by teens in the area. However, eyewitnesses came forward claiming it was caused by a 10-foot shadow alien or dimensional being incursion. Many believe that this creature was even caught on camera in this footage of the incident. Yet no official body cam or mall surveillance footage has ever been released to confirm the story of the chaos, leading many to believe that there was some truth to the alien encounter. There were allegedly 60,000 homes without power around the time when the incident happened at the mall. Miami air traffic control shut down all air traffic in the areas surrounding Miami, so there were no flights going in or out at the same time, which is strangely suspicious. There were also reports of strange lights off the coast and these mirage cities or dimensional rifts appearing off the coast. Some claim that the coordinates of the Miami Mall and Miami itself line up with a secret alien base in Antarctica, which caused a portal to open on the wrong side of the earth. This is the footage.
I think that part was debunked. But real quick, I threw that in here because obviously they were like interdimensional beings. But what's crazy about that is the following year, I think it might have been the same year, I don't remember. In Vegas, shout out Vegas, that's where I'm from. The kid who had the UFO crash in his backyard, they were shadow entities too, and they were like 10 foot tall too. This can't be a coincidence.
We can take a video and look at whether or not there is an artificial artifact added to it or not. And in this case, we can definitively say, to a degree of scientific certainty, that this entity, this thing in the video, is there in the physical reality in which the Kenmore family is also there. Like, this is so critical because you can clearly see through the slots in the fence that there is a leg motion moving from the right to the left side of the screen. And clearly it is behind there. So this isn't just like a head floating in space. This is a head of that is somehow that does not have full opacity, that the opacity of the head of the shadow is only at about 33% opacity versus a normal shadow, which would be at 100% opacity, or an object in the screen, which is at 100%. And this isn't anything that you did. It's just what you were able to determine, that this shadow being, or this being in the shadows, possibly creating its own shadow or smoky filter or cloaking technique, is not only cloaking itself from the people there, but cloaking itself from the camera itself, in that it's minimizing our ability to identify pixels inside of that shadow.
That is so wild, bro. But wait, I got more.
Do not watch his.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that? What? Oh, God, fuck!
Hey, this one is so crazy. Let me run it back. This is my favorite shadow person.
The dogs are ready for bed.
Clip.
It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that? What? Oh, God, fuck!
That shit is wild, bro.
I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to say it.
Uh-oh.
You know night vision goggles?
Yes.
How they're like green. Now they have like the white phosphor, which is like whitish blue. But apparently the first night vision goggles that the U.S. government had during Vietnam were red. And basically these goggles were made with a chemical cyanosine or something. They were given to fighter pilots, people in planes in different parts of the military during Vietnam. And the soldiers were wearing them and they were seeing things. The gunner was like shooting in the air at nothing. What do you see right now? And he's like, how do you not see this? They're like giant demons flying beside us. And they're like, what are you talking about? Apparently the chemical that was in this allowed them to see on like some different visible spectrum or something, and they were picking up auras and
Just like the fourth dimension.
energy, and people were losing their mind and going crazy because they were seeing.
Whoa.
And they banned them, and the army was like, do not put these on. There's something really wrong with it.
Bring him back. Let's fucking wear them.
Yeah, go to Coachella.
Crazy. And then right after that, they stopped and they made the switch to green. I just found something out. I don't know.
As profoundly as the concept of entities that exist outside of our realm. Dr. Daniel Nems, a pioneering scientist and researcher, stands at the forefront of this intriguing field. Nems is renowned for his creation of an innovative energy device known as energy vision, which, according to his claims, can photograph these mysterious entities. Dr. Daniel Nems is a scientist with a background in quantum physics and energy research. Nems devoted his career to exploring the intersections of energy, matter, and dimensions beyond our conventional understanding. He soon became fascinated by theories of parallel dimensions and alternate realities. Oddly enough, despite publishing these findings, there is a scarcity of information available on him, and the majority of his work has been wiped from the internet. As a result, some have suggested that shortly after sharing these discoveries, he vanished. Nems' interest in this research was partly inspired by the pioneering work of theoretical physicists who posited the existence of multiple dimensions beyond the familiar three-dimensional space. Driven by curiosity and a desire to push the boundaries of human knowledge, Nems began experimenting with novel energy devices aimed at detecting and interacting with these unseen realms. Energy vision, the groundbreaking device developed by Daniel Nems, represents the culmination of years of research and experimentation. The device combines principles from quantum mechanics, electromagnetism, and advanced imaging technology to purportedly capture images of entities existing in dimensions parallel to our own. Energy vision consists of a sophisticated array of sensors and emitters that generate and detect specific frequencies of electromagnetic energy. These frequencies are theorized to resonate with the energy signatures of these beings, making them visible to the device's sensors. The captured data is then processed by advanced algorithms to produce visual images, which are displayed on a high-resolution screen. The device operates by emitting a controlled burst of energy into a defined area and then scanning the area for any anomalies in the energy field. According to Nems, these mysterious beings interact with these energy fields in ways that are detectable by energy vision's sensors. The resulting images reveal shapes and forms that do not correspond to any known physical entities, suggesting the presence of beings from other dimensions. If the device's capabilities are validated, the implications for science and our understanding of the universe would be profound. The ability to photograph these entities would provide tangible evidence for the existence of parallel dimensions, supporting theories that have long been speculative. This breakthrough could revolutionize fields such as physics, cosmology, and even...
Just goes to show you, man, the government's been known about all of this interdimensional stuff for a long time, and they've been hiding it from us. Like the Western world, we're the only ones who don't believe in magic. We're the only ones who don't do meditation. We're the only ones who don't believe in spirits and demons and jinn and all this, because our government is suppressing that. That's not real. That's woo-woo. But I've always believed. And I feel like if you watch my channel, you've always believed too. And if you haven't always believed, I hope you believe now. And that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And most importantly, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Sticking around to the end. Bro, smash that like button. You deserve it. As always, this is J Tally Reacts, where we're decoding the simulation one reaction at a time. If you want to unlock the cheat codes to life, smash subscribe. I'm J Tally. This is J Tally Reacts. We out.
Tally, I manifest. Want it, I see it, I got it, I get it, no question.